Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. I hope you're doing well. Better than TCU coach Gary Patterson, who was fired Sunday night after committing the awful sin of losing to Kansas State. Didn't learn a damn thing from Matt Wells, did you? You can't lose to Kansas State. It's the worst thing ever. That's a whole nother topic. I want to talk about Coach Patterson. He was in his 22nd season in Fort Worth. 22nd season. You know what he did in half of his seasons? Not have a winning record, not go to a bowl game. Those numbers are much higher than half. He won double-digit games. That's right, 10 or more games in 11 seasons out of 22 in Fort Worth. He wasn't going to get there this year. He probably wasn't going to get bowl eligible. But we won't know if he would have because he was fired in midseason. After 22 years of service at the institution, they couldn't even let him finish a damn season before firing him. What is going on in college athletics? I'm not defending him and saying he shouldn't have been fired or removed. I'm saying it was incredibly a bad taste and misdirected thinking to haul in a coach when he's got 4 games to play in a season to talk about his season, and when he says he's not going to retire at the end of the season, you fire him. That's the story that is coming out of Fort Worth with how this was handled. Gary Patterson probably had come to the end of his road in Fort Worth. There's no doubt about that. You can look at his record slowly petering out, and you could tell that there was issues inside of the program that weren't going to be resolved by some coaching changes on his staff and better recruiting. They had been recruiting better, but players weren't buying in. Maybe the ship has sailed on the Gary Patterson style of coaches in college football. I don't think so. I think he'll be back at the helm of another program and probably re-energized by this whole thing and liking a fresh start. Gary Patterson's a coach. He wants to coach. He should have been able to coach till the end of the year. Kansas State faced a similar thing with Bill Snyder, who was much older, yes, but had also put in incredible service and success at an institution. And he had been paramount in the changing of the entire institution, which Gary Patterson did at TCU. Without Gary Patterson, TCU would have never been considered for the Big 12 Conference. They would never be on the stage they're in right now. They would at best be SMU, and at worst, they'd be Rice. And for that service, you fired the man in the middle of a season. By the way, Chris Kleiman is now in the upper half of Big 12 coaches in terms of experience. He's in his 3rd season.